So my name is Heather Rodriguez. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a natural fertility specialist. I work with couples through the internet through our websites, naturalfertilityinfo.com and Natural Fertility Shop. And we work with people who are trying to improve their fertility. We work with couples who are trying to overcome fertility issues, prepare for conception, prepare for medical fertility treatments, anything to do in the realm of wanting to get pregnant and improve your health before you get pregnant. I'm doing this because I really want to connect with you guys. I really want to make a place where if you guys have questions, you can come for daily motivation, you can come for daily tips, and stay on the natural fertility path until you get pregnant. That's our goal. So I know one of the keys for me for success is to stay motivated and to learn new things. So that's one of my goals with this, is to be that for you and to help inspire and educate. This is my passion, is to help couples and help women to get pregnant. So on to today's topic, fertility superfoods. So this is one of my favorite areas of natural fertility because it's something that a lot of people can use. Both men and women can use this. It helps a lot of different fertility issues, but it also helps those of you who are just wanting to become healthier before you become pregnant, which is always a wonderful idea. It's one of the best gifts you can give to your future child, is to prepare for pregnancy and to be as healthy as you can, and a gift to yourself, right? Superfoods, the way that they're different, like everything, you're gonna start hearing superfoods everywhere. Like blueberries are a superfood, asparagus is a superfood, corn is a superfood. Like it's kind of becoming a word that people are using for marketing. So like they're saying everything's a superfood, but I kind of want to clear that up, in that what I mean by a superfood is it's a compound that is very nutrient dense, but is something that's safe to use on a daily basis, that is going to have a profound effect on some area of your health. Yeah, blueberries are amazing, asparagus are amazing. I love them, but I don't consider them superfoods. I consider the topics or the items I'm going to cover today to be superfoods. So we're going to cover 3 of them. And I'm also going to share with you some ways to use them so you can figure out how to add them into your daily diet. So the point of using superfoods is you need to use them regularly for them to have a cumulative effect. So the first superfood we're going to talk about, many of you may have known, if you've read any of the work that we do over at the Natural Fertility Info, you'll know maca. Maca root is one of our favorite fertility superfoods. So maca root is very popular right now. Maca comes from Peru in the Andes. My husband and I traveled to Ecuador, and we were there for about 3 months a couple years ago. And we actually saw maca root in the grocery store. It was really cool. It's just there like turnips or onions, or, it's very normal there. It's a normal food for them. So it was very cool to see it, because here in the States we have very convenient forms of using it and more concentrated forms. So that's very, it makes it easy for us to use it, which is great. You don't have to like boil turnips and make food out of it. So the first fertility superfood is maca. So maca is generally used as a powder. It can come in capsules, it can come in liquid extracts, or an actual powder that you can consume. Benefits of maca. So maca is really cool because it helps to support hormonal balance, but it doesn't contain any hormones. So that's pretty neat. That's why I think so many different types of people can use maca, is because it's helping to support the endocrine system. So regardless of what imbalance you have or what's going on, it's going to support the system that needs to figure out how to balance all that stuff for you. So when you're nourishing the endocrine system and you're supporting the function of the endocrine system, then if you're low in progesterone, high in estrogen, low in testosterone, whatever it is, your body is going to be able to balance itself out better without you specifically adding specific hormones and trying to figure out what you need to be doing and what composition of level of your hormones needs to be. So maca is really, really cool for that. So you're just focusing on nourishing the endocrine system. Another great thing that I noticed from maca is I get great energy from it. I get not like caffeinated energy, but I get like just really strong inner energy. Like after you've slept really well and you have all this energy to get up and go for your day. So That's maca. Some ways you can use maca and add it to your daily life. You can, of course, take capsules. Super, super easy. And I'll tell you a little bit about what to look for, when you are purchasing maca in just a second. But so you can get capsules and you can get powder. That's one of my favorite forms to take it because it actually tastes really good. It's very malty. So it goes really well into smoothies, or you can make a hot mocha milk. Yeah, I have a recipe for that up on the website. It's so good. It's kind of like this whole turmeric milk phase thing. I don't know if you guys have heard of that, but people are making like hot drinks with turmeric, which is so good. But the maca, I actually think maca tastes even better. So that's another way you can do it, like a hot morning drink. Yeah, Lisa, you have to try it. And then you can do a liquid extract. I love liquid extracts for herbs. It's very convenient to take. They absorb very quickly and they're very potent. So those are the different forms that maca come in. Full disclaimer, I manufacture my own supplement line specific for fertility. So you know, because I wanted to make sure that we were working with really high quality products that we were giving to you when you're preparing for pregnancy and conception. We want to make sure they're potent, manufactured in GMP labs, everything that needs to be in place. Okay, so what is the recommended dosage? So I recommend people start at about 1,000 milligrams a day to begin with, and then you can work up to about 2,000 milligrams. That's a, excuse me, that's a normal daily dosage that would be completely fine and safe with maca. That's one of the benefits of superfoods is they are foods. So taking them daily, they need to be safe in order to qualify as that. So I don't know if you guys have seen this, but this is and this isn't going to be pitch fest, don't worry. I'm just kind of showing you. I don't know if it's backwards on your screen, but this is my company, Fertilica. And there's a couple different forms that maca comes in. And I wanted to show you the color because this is really important. I don't know if can you see that? Okay, so it's like a golden powder and it smells delicious. It smells like a very malty, almost a little bit chocolatey vanilla mixed together. So but you use a tiny bit, it's super concentrated. So when you're looking for maca powder, because this is what you're gonna use in smoothies, this is what you're gonna use to make like hot maca milk, you want to there's two types. There's raw maca and there's gelatinized maca. So raw maca is just maca root, dehydrated, ground up, and it's a very light powder. And then gelatinized is what you just saw. It's it's kind of like the maltier, more golden color. And the difference between the two is the fiber has been taken out. Generally, I'm a fiber freak. I'm like, eat fiber, super good for you. We all need lots of fiber. But when it comes to maca, we found when we first started, we were using raw maca. And what we found is people had digestive issues from the fiber, the type of insoluble fiber that's found in maca. So now we use gelatinized. Super, super easy to digest. So that's just a little side note, something to think about. And it's also more concentrated. So for instance, this one teaspoon has 2,700 milligrams. So something to think about, whereas you want to be taking about 2,000 a day, so it's going to be much more concentrated. Okay, maca, check. That's one of my favorite fertility superfoods. So the next fertility superfood is going to be more of a blend of something. It's going to be a combination of greens put into powder form. So one of the reasons that I really like to use greens is, okay, we're all busy, but we need to eat healthy, especially when preparing for fertility. I think diet is one of the main things to focus on when you're trying to make an impact on your reproductive health. Regardless of issue, if you're just preparing, whatever it is, diet can have a huge impact on the health of your eggs, the state of your reproductive system. It's something you can do like 3 times a day that does have an impact, that you have complete control over. There's some things we don't have control over. We don't necessarily have control over when we ovulate and all these various things, but we have control over what we eat. So greens are important. They contain minerals, folic acid, many of the minerals that we need for proper nervous system function, many of the antioxidants we need for healthy eggs and cell integrity to keep DNA intact, so we have healthy materials to make our beautiful babies from. So I suggest for my clients and our customers to be on a greens powder. A greens powder is like a combination of different greens and super grasses and things like that mixed together and dehydrated, so it's very easy to add to water, very easy to mix in a juice or add to your fertility smoothie. Yeah, I take a green powder every day. My husband takes a green powder every day. It's something that I actually take multiple times a day. So a greens powder is going to help to kind of fill that void where you may, oh, I had a salad today, but I didn't get as many vegetables as I really did need, or just making sure to keep your diet balanced a little bit more on the alkaline side if you're feeling a little bit acidic. So the only thing I do have to let you know about them is if you've never taken them, the taste, they are greens powders. So at first they're gonna taste green and a little bit grassy if you're not used to that taste. So greens powders, so some examples: spirulina, wheatgrass powder, barley juice powder, broccoli powder, spinach powder. You kind of get, getting the idea of things that are green, they're dehydrated or they're made into juice and then they're spray dehydrated. And then we're able to take them in very convenient powdered form. So some ways that I like to use green powders is I put them in my smoothies and I mix them with water and add lemon, and I drink that. So at first when I'm drinking these, they are a little bit tart. So yeah, so I just mix mine with water with some lemon and just drink it down. I actually really like it now. It just takes a couple days to get used to it. So that's a great way to add more greens and more alkalinity to your diet. Full disclaimer, another product that we do have is Fertility Greens. This is our greens powder that we have specifically formulated for couples who are on their fertility journey. This is the greens powder that I take. Absolutely love it. There's a lot of different ones out there. There's a lot of great ones, but this one we found to work really, really great for our clients. So the last fertility superfood. You guys ready for this one? This one is, I know I say they're all my favorite, but this is one of my favorites, and that's kind of dear to my heart because I'm a beekeeper, and this is a gift that bees give us, and it's called royal jelly. And so there's kind of a little bit of a story behind how royal jelly and how we came to find it and began using it with our fertility clients. So there's bees, and the way that all bees are exactly the same. And the way that a queen is made, the only difference between her and all the other bees is that they produce and feed her royal jelly. That's all she eats when she's a little larva, and as she's growing, it's like a 17-day period of time, they're just dousing this, covering her in it. That's what she eats, and that's what makes her a queen. So if you've ever seen pictures of bees, there's the normal bee, and then there's the queen bee. She's much bigger. She looks like a huge insect crawling around when you look at, when you're looking at your hives. So the point is a normal bee lives maybe not even a month, and a queen bee can live up to 7 years. And the only difference, and she lives up 7 years, and for most of her life, she's laying 2,000 eggs a day. So once I started learning about beekeeping, learning all this, I was like, light bulb, she's consuming royal jelly, big difference between her and the other bees, and she's laying 2,000 eggs a day, and my girls are just trying to lay one a month. All right, we need to look into this royal jelly. So we started using royal jelly with our clients years ago, and it's such a wonderful superfood. There's other things as well, like honey is a wonderful antimicrobial, and there's also probably some bee pollen and propolis that's in the honey just because that ends up in there. That's so good for you. So there's a lot of gifts from the bees. So with royal jelly, what we found is, what we do know from science, it's not studied a lot. I think because it's not a huge moneymaker, they're not gonna make a pharmaceutical from it. But what we found from the royal jelly is it's extremely nutrient dense. It's very high in so many different minerals, vitamins, proteins, compounds we don't even know how to measure yet. So that's something that's amazing about the natural world and working with natural therapies, is there's so many benefits to it that we don't even know how to measure or see. So that's something to think about. I love the mixture of science and I love the mixture of nature together, but there's definitely a mystery that's still there. Thank goodness, right? Okay, so royal jelly, a couple ways to take it. I do have to tell you, royal jelly is not the best tasting thing on the planet. It's something that you can take in a capsule form, and it's something you can take in a jelly form. And so you can add the jelly form to smoothies, which is fantastic. You don't need a whole lot, so it's not going to overpower the smoothie. Or you can just take the capsules. It's like a white creamy substance that that the bees create. And yeah, it tastes medicinal, but it's totally worth it. You just get used to it. Some people can mix with a little honey, and then put it into their smoothie. So those are my 3 fertility superfoods, and it's called royal jelly. Yep. And I have a royal jelly that we produce with Fertilica that is an amazing royal jelly. It's in special capsules that helps to keep the nutrients intact. So just do some research. You can find all of these products at naturalfertilityshop.com. If you want to learn more about each of these individually, up on naturalfertilityinfo.com, we've got tons of information. We've got 750 pages of information on naturalfertilityinfo.com on research on all these different things. And you can find more in-depth information about maca, greens, royal jelly, all of that. Especially if you want that maca milk recipe. That was awesome. There's another recipe up that we have that's maca balls, which are like energy superfood balls that uses a lot of these ingredients. So it's just different ways to get superfoods into your daily diet. So that's my talk today on fertility superfoods. Do you guys have any questions, or have you tried any of these things? Are there any forms that you like to take them in? You know, I find that I don't do them all every single day. I'm not currently trying to get pregnant personally, but when I did take them every day. It's part of my daily regime. I do still take, I take greens every day. And then I do take maca and royal jelly less frequently currently. But for our clients, it's part of their program. Preparing beforehand is one of the best gifts you can give to your future child, because you can have an impact on their health, their immune system, their mental health, their nervous system, everything, by making sure that you and your partner are as healthy as can be prior to conception, because you're passing on your DNA and the materials that's going to make up that child. So if you're super healthy while you're trying to get pregnant, that's going to be even better. So thank you, everybody. Again, my name is Heather Rodriguez. If you want to find out more information about the work we do, just visit naturalfertilityinfo.com. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter. You can DM me your questions, and have a fantastic day.